What a pity. The Crown Prince's line has seen too many twists and turns. First, it was Biao heir, then Yunwen. Old Ju had clearly been misled by Li Xianchong. And even Empress Ma on the side was comforting her eldest son, Ju Biao. Selection time is about to end. Please answer the question immediately. Failure to answer will deduct 1 month from your lifespan. With the sky screen's cold voice, Zhu Yuanzhang, Empress Ma, Crown Prince Ju Biao, and Duke of Han Li Xianchong quickly chose C, Imperial Grand Uncle. Only Duke of Wei Shuda, seeing his son-in-law choose the last option. Imperial Grand General of the Northern Expedition, chose that as well. Has this pair suddenly become smarter? It seems I underestimated them. History knowledge test. Question 3. The correct answer is Imperial Grand General of the Northern Expedition. Zhu Di campaigned his entire life, having personally led 5 northern expeditions against the Mongols. Under his relentless attacks, Mongolia split into Oirat and Tatar. Afterwards, he emulated Huo Kubing's feat of sealing the Wolf Mountain, becoming the second in 1,000 years to achieve it. Over 21 years, during his 5 expeditions against Mongolia, Crown Prince Renzong Emperor oversaw provisions for him and guarded the rear. Later generations jokingly called Zhu Di the Crown Prince's Grand General of the Northern Expedition. During his 5th Northern Expedition, although Zhu Di was only 65 years old, due to prolonged campaigning, he ultimately died on his way back to the capital. In his final moments, he sat upright on his warhorse, gazing afar towards the capital. After watching Emperor Zhu Di's achievements, everyone in the hall was abuzz. Fourth son? Your father misunderstood you before. Old Ju was also moved by the sky screen, and secretly swore he would never again criticize or rebuke Zhu Di. Your subject congratulates your majesty for having such a loyal and militarily distinguished imperial son. History can still be described this way. I, Zhu Di, am a loyal subject. Hearing these voices, Zhu Di felt like he was floating on clouds. As an imperial prince, an imperial uncle, or even an imperial granduncle, with distinguished military achievements, one is bound to suffer the emperor's suspicion and suppression. I'm afraid our 4th son lived a very unhappy life, perhaps even in constant fear. Eldest son, we must establish a rule for your descendants. They must not suspect their 4th uncle, or their imperial granduncle. Even more, they must not let such a loyal person die with resentment, unable to return to the capital. Your son has noted it down. If any brat wrongs his 4th uncle, they shouldn't acknowledge me as their dear father, not even with a glance. If I were to become emperor, with 4th son's distinguished military achievements, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to tolerate such a brother either. Fortunately, I died early. Otherwise, I would have come into severe conflict with my brother, leaving an infamous reputation for all time. 4th question of Ming history knowledge. During the reign of the 2nd emperor of the Great Ming, 600,000 enemy troops suddenly surrounded Beiping City. Inside the city were only Princess Consort of Yan and over 10,000 soldiers, led by Yan Shizi Zhu Gaoqi. As the sky screen's narration began, Duke of Wei Shuda, beneath the sky screen, immediately grew tense. 600,000 against 10,000, and just a pair of orphans and a widow. It seems my daughter and grandson are in great peril. The following are 4 options. A. Beiping falls. Princess Consort of Yan and Yan Shizi die in battle. B. Beiping City falls. Princess Consort of Yan and Yan Shizi are abducted. C. Yan Shizi Zhu Gaoqi fiercely defends Beiping, actively sallies forth, defeating the 600,000 enemy troops besieging the capital. Zhu Gaoyi waits for the Prince of Yan to bring reinforcements, defeats the 600,000 enemy troops, and the Battle of Beiping is victorious. 4th question of Ming history test. During the reign of the 2nd emperor of the Great Ming, 600,000 enemy troops suddenly surrounded Beiping City. Inside the city were only Princess Consort of Yan and over 10,000 soldiers, led by Yan Shizi Zhu Gaoqi. As the sky screen's narration began, Duke of Wei Shuda, beneath the sky screen, immediately grew tense. 600,000 against 10,000, and just a pair of orphans and a widow. It seems my daughter and grandson are in great peril. The question is, what was the outcome of the Battle of Beiping? The following are 4 options. A. Beiping falls. Princess consort of Yan and Yan Shizi die in battle. B. Beiping city falls. Princess consort of Yan and Yan Shizi are abducted. C. Yan Shizi Zhu Gaoqi fiercely defends Beiping. Actively sallies forth, defeating the 600,000 enemy troops besieging the city. Zhu Gaoqi waits for the Prince of Yan to bring reinforcements, defeats the 600,000 enemy troops, and the Battle of Beiping is victorious. To strictly prevent anyone from intentionally choosing incorrectly, those who intentionally choose incorrectly on this question will lose 1 year of lifespan. I had intended, for the sake of the Duke of Wei's reputation, to make one wrong choice this time. But that's 1 year of life. I truly can't bear to lose it. Li Shanchang struggled internally, but only for a few seconds. Ultimately, the fear of death triumphed over friendship. He decided to choose D. That's it. One cannot, for the sake of brotherhood, intentionally choose D. Crown Prince Zhu Biao's resolve wavered, and he had already decided to choose D. It's because this involves his brother's reputation. Besides, he's a dying man anyway. Fourth son, don't be foolish. Brothers are like hands and feet. Wives are like clothes. As long as people are alive, later generations will say, "Are you still waiting for him to continue making waves?" There's no way. Beiping City cannot be defended. Although we defended Hongdu back then, the same thing cannot happen again. Good son-in-law, you cannot choose that. Xu Da had intended to stop his son-in-law from choosing C or D, but seeing Judy's finger already on D, he gave up. Meanwhile, inside the Prince of Yan's mansion, Princess consort of Yan, who had been watching the sky screen, now felt as if she'd been struck by lightning. As the daughter of Duke of Wei Xu Da, how could she possibly be abducted by the Mongols? Only death in battle was an option. However, the sky screen mentioned Princess consort of Yan and Yan Shizi, but not her second son, Zhu Gaoshu. So it's unclear if she remained in Nanjing as a hostage by Yunwen, or followed her father on the distant campaign to Daling City. One new participant added, eldest daughter of the Duke of Wei, Princess consort of Yan, Xu Miaoning. After Xu Da learned his daughter had also been pulled in, his emotions nearly shattered even more. Those who chose option A were Empress Ma, Crown Prince Zhu Biao, a total of 19 people. Those who chose option B were Zhu Yongjiang, Duke of Han Li Shanchang, Prince of Qinju Shou, and Prince of Jingju Gang, a total of 144 people. Those who chose option C, 0 people. Those who chose option D, Duke of Wei Xu Da, Prince of Yan Judi, and Princess consort of Yan, a total of 3 people. Oh, fourth son is still so delusional. He actually believes his son can defend Beiping, and that he himself can repel the enemy upon his return. The correct answer to this question is indeed option D. Yan Shizi Zhu Gaoqi fiercely defends Beiping, waiting for the Prince of Yan to bring reinforcements, defeats the 600,000 enemy troops, and the Battle of Beiping is victorious. As the sky screen's explanation was revealed, another large collective gasp fell upon those beneath the sky screen. Oh my heavens. I never imagined my son-in-law was so strong. Lear, why didn't I realize how formidable you were before? You, with 10,000, actually repelled 600,000 enemy troops. Fourth son, come. Quickly come to your father, Emperor. You young man, you're quite something. 10,000 against 600,000, and you actually held Beiping City. I never expected our great Ming to produce such a fierce general in you. Congratulations, Your Majesty, for having such a brave imperial son. Our great Ming will surely last for thousands of generations. 10,000 against 600,000, and Beiping City was actually defended. The incompetence of that Mongol general. Fortunately, he's not my son, or I'd be furious to death. History knowledge test of Great Ming. Question 5. In the Battle of Beiping, one person strategically led 600,000 troops.